After Cyclone Debbie hit the Queensland coast, the inflow of rain continued into New South Wales, affecting Lismore, causing the biggest floods in 42 years and breaking the levee. This is the story of a local business affected by the floods and the community's response to help the beloved restaurant be restored to its former glory.
After the flood, it was a mess. Everything, the fridges had been floating around inside. I actually came in when the water was up to my knees. The fridges were on their side floating, and I didn't know how far the water was going to come up, like whether I was going to have to get on the roof to stay dry. During the flood, I was on the steps behind the restaurant. It's a landing up there. During the night when I was on the landing, I could hear this great big groaning. It took me a while to figure out what it was, but it came from the direction of the cool room, and it was the cool room scraping along the cement ground, trying to turn over. The floor's been damaged in it.
When Murray and I first arrived, it was really quite shocking. Stuff everywhere, topsy-turvy, mud, food, broken glass, ruined furniture, everything.
Clean-up it's still going in some ways, but to get the place usable again, it took 1 month of every day.
So we had a bit of structural damage from the floodwaters. There was a large plate glass window that smashed. In the first few days of cleaning up, we weren't really aware of any structural damage because we were focused on what was just in front of us, but the SES raced in with acro props and propped it up until it was fixed by builders.
The damage occurred mainly, the physical damage was the windows, well, all the carpets and stuff like that, obviously, but the windows, the front door, and all the equipment, a lot of the equipment was destroyed. I was on the scary bit that the landlord might walk in and look at all the damage and say, "Murray, it's all over," but he walked in and said, "Okay, get it fixed and I'll pay."
Murray's grandson started a GoFundMe page, which was lovely of him. He just did that off his own bat.
He didn't even ask me or tell me until after he had done it. He just put the whole thing on GoFundMe, and about $6,000 came in. But other people who knew that I would have been badly hit and everything, 2 people walked up and gave me $1,000, just straight like that. Every day there was probably a half a dozen people here. There was a few days when there were fewer, but people just seemed to work on their own schedules. Somehow the word got around that we were open again as well, and the whole week, well actually since the flood, there's been a lot more people coming. I don't know whether it was the publicity of the flood or whatever, but or maybe just them getting off on the energy that's gone into the place to get it going again, you know, like it somehow that effort that everybody put in to make it happen again is somehow enshrined in the place, the fact that it exists, where it could have very easily been just wiped out.